I'm showing the wrong one. Never mind. I'll just close that one.
I'm gonna do a quick.
Okay.
I'm
A
gonna
mistake.
do a quick mic test here.
You guys should now be seeing some stuff at the bottom.
Yep.
Okay, so season 2 had Alonzo Graham because he was just the best quarterback, and he finished 8-1-1.
Yeah, for sure.
Or defensive, Josh Cameron from the Vipers was best rookie by far, but he was also the best defensive player. So we've never done that before, and I don't know if it's even allowed, John, but
Yeah.
I think he won both awards personally in that season.
Yeah.
Everyone else has there's comparable players, but they're not as good as him.
Right.
The stat margin, and the Vipers were a top team.
Yeah.
Then it was another Viper for rookie Johnny Jones. They had really good rookies that year.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that was the first year that trades were taken away, and he had the first ever 2 draft picks in the second round, and that's how he got Josh Cameron and Dale Wooden, and the Rhinos traded it to him. By the way,
the basis of his roster that year.
Yeah, he stacked.
Okay, so Piranhas was coach of the year because they were just the best team.
Yeah,
they were 7-1-1, and they were pretty solid. Season 4 coach of the year had Vipers from 3-8 to 8-3. Season 8, that's down here. Don't worry about how I took my notes, guys. It's a little messy in here. I get
no, it's fine. Mine's way worse than this.
Season 6 coach is Wildcats. Because you finished 9-2, which was actually 2 wins greater than everyone else, and you went from not making the playoffs to first place.
Yeah.
Basically, that seems the theme for me for coach picks, right? It's anyone who has a turnaround. So it was Vipers.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
That's typically.
I agree.
A great coach of the year pick. Yeah.
And right now it's the Gators that are flipping the script, and the Dragons. They're flipping it right now.
Yeah.
Right.
We're going to be fighting for it this year. But I got myself for season 7. So again, this is why maybe it's good to have the panel. You guys can
yeah, because you went from
Demons in season 7.
You went from 1-10, right?
Yeah.
To
I went from 4-7 to 10-2.
To 10-2. Yeah, I think you won it.
I was 1 win behind the Vipers for first place.
There was also, I think the Bears went really low and then came back and finished second place, or second, lost in
that comeback within the season.
Yeah,
they started 0-4 and then had a strong finish.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They finished high in season 6.
Yeah, they were a candidate as well.
Started season 7 below expectations and then met expectations later on.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think it's the Bears because of that.
Right. Yeah, no, I give it to Demons.
Okay, so MVP, this is the controversial one because I don't know. You and I had talked about Crowder before because Crowder broke the record for touchdowns.
Yes.
Yeah, 23. But we have Ingram and Wilson. We got Scorpions here, so we might as well let him chime in because Wilson, I think, broke the record for catching touchdowns. He had 22.
Yeah.
And Ingram surpassed yardage at 4,100 or something change, and also had a ridiculous amount of touchdowns.
It's hard not to give it to Ingram or Wilson. Personally, I know that Derek Crowder had an insane season. It's the same thing that happened to Rico Bennett.
So I would argue this.
Eric Watson. Go ahead. Sorry.
Because Ingram, I'm gonna go back to myself and Eric Watson in season 5, okay? Because he had greater yards per game and greater touchdowns per game than Ingram in that season, and didn't win it because he didn't make the playoffs. Scorpions didn't make the playoffs in season 7.
True fact.
So Derek Crowder was a main reason why the Demons were as good as they were.
Right. Yeah, it's true. Derek Crowder had an insane season. He really did, though. He really did. He took them to the next level, and he was scoring in and out every single week. He really was, though.
Rico Bennett is the other one who was up there. I didn't write his name down because he didn't have as many. He didn't have as many receiving He didn't have any receiving touchdowns, and he had more yards than Crowder on the ground, but
yeah,
didn't have as many touchdowns, and Crowder had like a bunch of receptions. I mean, hey, whatever. We can talk this out. It should be Ingram, and we'll make it Ingram. I don't care.
Jeannie Ingram had 43 touchdowns, and 4,100 passing yards.
Which is both the records.
Which is both the records. Eric Watson had 4,088 in season 5, and Eric Watson had 39 in season 5.
Which were both the records at that time. Right?
He did break the record in both of those, but didn't make the playoffs, and that is very true. And then Derek Crowder has 20 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, plus he had a few receiving touchdowns as well.
At 23 touchdowns, because actually Jackie Wilson has 22 touchdowns. So like by that sheet you have, it actually looks like he set the record, but Crowder has 23.
Right, because it's 23 total touchdowns. Yeah.
I think my argument is 23 on a team that.
But okay, so if we're comparing Watson and Ingram from those two seasons, though, how many interceptions did Watson have that season? Because I'm pretty sure Ingram in this season only threw like 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 5.
Okay, I can pull that up.
I want to say it was above 10. Ingram
threw I'm pretty sure it was a lot.
Ingram threw a bunch of interceptions in season 7.
Oh, Ingram did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did.
Just curious. I was just curious.
I'm gonna guess above 10 for Ingram in season 7.
Oh, I don't think it's above 10.
I don't think it was either. I think he had like his best season ever, even though he sucked ass.
Yeah, you guys were getting in shootouts and losing them.
Mm-hmm.
And get some spite from me though, Johnny, because Eric Watson threw 62 less yards in 2 less games, and doesn't win the award in season 5.
I know.
Back in season 5.
I know it's because of Barry Perkins just absolutely blew up the passing receiving record back then. But Jackie Wilson did the same thing. I think Jackie Wilson has a better argument here than even Ingram. Like Jackie Wilson absolutely lit it up, man. It's 1,594, so 1,600 receiving yards almost, and also 22 touchdowns, man.
Oh, what has Jackie Wilson won for his team? Nothing.
But he hasn't won it. Yeah, I know. But he blew up the record. Like he got what? Another.
Jackie Wilson did win it in season 4.
Oh,
who? Him and Ingram.
Oh yeah.
Him and Ingram won it in season 4.
Derek Crowder.
He didn't have a kick return touchdown. He didn't. That's the one thing is like we're talking. Usually records are carried with weight, right? So Wilson, that's the one year he didn't get a kick return touchdown. He got 22 total touchdowns. Just not that I don't know if you guys are taking that into consideration.
Well, the thing I'm thinking is that Jackie Wilson, he's not a name that is brought up every week, though. Some players do those things, and they still get brought up every week. They still, do these things.
Hey, Jackie Wilson is arguably the best receiver in the league, though. He's not brought up every week. Then you're not watching the games well enough, man. I don't know.
Jackie Wilson?
Hey, man, Jackie Wilson's been who has been a better receiver since season 3 other than Jackie Wilson?
Probably only Barry Perkins is the only one that's even close.
I think the problem here is Jackie Wilson is very consistent almost every year.
He's very
consistent. And then other teams like Barry Perkins had a fantastic one season. He's had good seasons before, but
that's how he got the nickname Pill Poppin'.
Okay, so we're gonna go with the final decision here. You guys ready for it?
I can't find how many interceptions he threw in season 7 in my spreadsheets because what I did was I guess I did the math, write plus signs. I just wrote the total in. So
Yeah, I honestly don't care. It's up to you guys. I could care less if either of them win. I mean, it would be dope, but whatever you got. I mean, it's really up to the commissioner. It should be, in my opinion.
Commissioner, Finals, you chime in. What do you think? Since you don't have, since one guy's my team, two of them are Scorpions. What do you think, Rhinos?
Hey, Rhinos, you there?
And he's out. He just camera goes black.
Yeah, I can't. He's not weighing in on it, eh?
Maybe his
Funny, whatever
internet's
you say,
messing up or
I'm
something.
okay with.
Okay, so
I think
before we make
it,
before we make a decision, let's talk about Derek Crowder, and if he gets it, what's the argument that Rico Bennett, because he had 17 touchdowns, only 3 touchdowns less, well, including like rushing, and had 1,800 rushing yards, which broke Willie Burnside's record that's been standing since season 3. Like, that was a huge record to break, that 1,800 rushing yards. And
I thought Willie Burnside's had like 3,000 yards one year.
no, he had 1,800 in season 3, and he did it in like 7 games or something. It was retarded, or not, maybe not that many, but you know what I mean. 9 games, I believe it was. Anyways, that record's been around since season 3.
Season 7, because we added 2 new teams.
Yes. Almost every single season, every single record was broken. Yes, it was. You're right. But yeah, yeah.
We're going by how many games the teams played.
What was the Gators' record in season 7?
Didn't make the playoffs.
They didn't make the playoffs. So in that remark, I'm gonna have to go with Derek Crowder. I think Derek Crowder, in and week out, brought his team to wins. He had a bunch of overtime runs where he broke away and got touchdowns. I think he brought the Demons to where they are now. That was the year that they took Lester out, Lamar Lester, and that was their guy. And Derek Crowder came in and just blew up the Demons and brought them to where they were. It's hard not to give it to G.D. Ingram and Jackie Wilson. Like, I really want to lean towards Jackie Wilson, actually, more than Ingram. I guess you'd call me a quarterback hater, but yeah, I think that we got to go with Derek Crowder.
Negative to Crowder to now that you've said this is like his yards, right? He doesn't have still over 100 yards a game, but he's not breaking a record for yards. His record was touchdowns.
Yeah,
he had like 300 receiving yards and something near that and 3 touchdowns.
He had an insane season. If you watch season 7, which I know you did, a lot of us did watch season 7 very intensely, that Derek Crowder was unstoppable. No one could stop him. He really was that incredible. And I was shocked that you even started him, because I thought Lamar Lester was better. And that was the season that Derek Crowder really took over, you know. And it was just crazy that they lost in the first round of the playoffs. That was insane. And the big reason was because they stopped Derek Crowder in that game. And that was a big reason why they lost that game, right?
Every game I lost were basically Derek Crowder didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He got shut down. The defense, like the Bears, beat me in the playoffs because they shut down the run.
That's right. And because they're good at stopping the run, right? So, yeah, it's hard not to go with the Jackie Wilson and G.D. Ingram, because they both broke the record, man. But Derek Crowder also broke a record and also got his team to the playoffs, and didn't just get him to the playoffs. Had number 2, had home field advantage, second seed, right? So that's really big.
And you're talking about Rico Bennett too, right? Like, Billy Burnside's season 3. It's only 11 yards below Rico Bennett. 2 less games. Some of those phenomenal years, like even Phil Clemens. Season 1, Phil Clemens was 17 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's just
It's like-
insane. Yeah.
It's almost like not fair that's not the best mark because he played 6 less games now, right?
We can never let the people forget about those seasons. Watch season 3 and watch Willie Burnside on the Piranhas, and watch season 1 and watch Phil Clemens on the Vipers, man.
17 touchdowns with the record right now for rushing touchdowns is 21.
Yeah, he had 17 in 7 games because we started with 8 teams.
Ridiculous. He's the
Yeah,
only
that's
season
crazy.
one. Yeah, he's the only season one that still makes the all-time list.
There's no
Okay.
other season 1 record, eh?
Oh,
Wow.
it's the only one that's still on the all-time list.
Wow.
That's
That's would have been
awesome.
erased by now.
That's so awesome. Should be showing.
Anyway, so Jason Williams. I don't think there's any for middle linebacker. I don't think there's anyone that can touch him. He had way more tackles than everyone. 8 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, 3 interceptions, 9. He had a well-rounded year, and I don't think there's just anyone that even if you look at the stats for season 7, it's not even a comparison for best defensive player.
And who was that?
Jason Williams for the Scorpions, middle linebacker.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, but he had all the tackles for loss as well. Yeah.
He did everything.
Yeah.
The only thing he didn't do was score a touchdown, but that's hard to do on defense.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason Williams gets defensive player of the year.
Yeah, and I apologize. I don't have a comparison here to because I didn't really even look. I didn't see anyone that even looked worthwhile compared to that.
Jamal McNeil for sure. I agree with that. And JT Bird was the only offensive rookie at all.
I actually would argue Earl Amir from the Gators.
Oh wow, we had 149 pancakes, eh?
Which was 4th in the league, and then you look at Rico Bennett, how many yards he got.
Let's go with Earl Amir.
I like that.
Let's go with Earl Amir. He's a rookie
Fucking lineman.
and a lineman
That's
gets
cool.
it.
I
Yeah.
like that.
So
Get him
change
in
the
there.
pace.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's left tackle. All right, so I don't know how Johnny. I guess we can go with it then.
Yeah.
Set on Crowder, or are we gonna backtrack on it last minute, Johnny?
No,
You got that.
it's Crowder.
Okay. All right, then I'm good whenever you are. I'll stop sharing. I'm not sharing this unless you want me. I'll share the other one that's blank if you want during the video.
I hit record right in the beginning, so we're recording the video right now. But I just did it for the sound check. But I'm glad that I hit record because we got a lot of gems in there that we were talking about. But I can end this right now and we could start another one. That's no problem at all. Let me end this.
I don't even think. I think we just leave it at that, man. Just edit this one and leave it.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a good talk. But I think it was really good. Let's talk about a few points. If you got any other points, it's only been 15 minutes.
That's pretty good length for a video.
All right.
Yeah, there's no way you're getting this natural discussion again if you do a separate video.
That's what I mean. That's what I
like
mean.
it.
That's what I
I like
mean.
it.
That's what I mean. So, yeah.
Just
So
post it
we'll run
as
to.
the official rulings of
So Derek
MVPs and
Crowder.
all that.
Derek Crowder gets season 7 offensive rookie, and then Jason Williams defensive rookie for season 7, and then Earl
Oh, no.
Amir.
They're not the rookies, man.
Jason Williams for defensive player of the year.
Player.
Sorry, and then Earl Amir is the rookie, and then Jamal McNeil for the Cobras. Man, the free safety. I remember him. He had a phenomenal season. He really did. He was knocking people over, a lot of pass deflections. I'm pretty sure it was 2nd or 3rd in the league with pass deflections.
Pass defense.
Yeah, and he also had the most interceptions
49
too, right?
tackles.
I think he had tied for most interceptions as well with 4. He just had a crazy season.
forced fumbles as well.
And forced
Yeah.
fumbles as well. Jamal McNeil. Absolute
I had
monster.
Demons, Charles Byrne, and Scorpions Ishmael Tate up there, but they're not as good as Jamal McNeil's stats. They had very good stats themselves, though.
Yeah.
Just as honorable mentions, I guess.
And then who do you got for Coach of the Year?
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look good on me, Johnny. I mean,
Is
but
it-
I got myself.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, probably what for season 7? I won the damn thing.
No, for the regular season. For the regular season,
Wow.
because he came from what was the record? 4-7?
4-7 to 10-3.
Yeah, 4-7 to 10-3 and finished second seed.
Kind of good.
There you go.
Like Rhinos, they're just you won it, and you guys had a lot of good. There's a lot of good players that you had, but it's like when you look at MVP,
The Rhinos were just
standout, right?
Yeah.
the Rhinos were just well rounded that year, really well rounded.
They just
I mean,
turned
like
it
they
What
are
about this
now.
year? This
Yeah,
year,
like-
Coach of the
like
Year,
All
season 8, Rhinos.
right, I'll end the video on that note. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got this far, you better subscribe. That's all I gotta say. Enjoy.